What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Area 51. I'm Erin. Today I'm going to be cracking open some 1988 Topps football. These are the basically what is the equivalent of like a cello pack from back in the day. These are not rack packs. Rack packs are the longer, have like 3 or 4 kind of sections with cards in them. A lot of people like to call these rack packs, which is just not correct, but it's easy to get confused because a lot of these like 80s, late 80s Topps products especially have like 10 or 12 different variations. There's a couple of different types of rack packs. There's a couple of rack pack repacks. There's these kind of cello hangers here. There's wax packs. There's some jumbo cellos. There's just all kinds of different configurations that they did. Some of them come in big boxes, some of them don't. So there's lots of different types of products here. This is 1988 football. What we are looking for here is specifically, we're looking for Bo Jackson rookie cards. Now, there are a couple of other things in here worth looking for. There's some Jerry Rice. There is some Joe Montana. There's Dan Marino in here. There's some different stuff that you can get in here. Also, there's the Kevin Green rookie, which is a pretty big deal. He recently passed away. He was kind of one of those enigmatic figures in football. Super aggressive on the field, one of those guys nobody really wanted to face down, but turns out he was a super nice guy off the field. So with that being the case, there are some cool things we're looking for here, and we're going to get to cracking that Bo Jackson rookie card. That's what I want. I have one that I pulled in the last video that we did for 88 Topps. Now I want to try to find a better one condition-wise, because I'm about to submit a huge PSA grading order. So here we go. Let's get to cracking 88 Topps football. We've got 8 of these packs here that we're going to crack open and see if we can't find some magic. Several different versions of like Jerry Rice and Joe Montana in here. Thing about these cards, they don't hold up to time very well, but I like these cello packs because they don't have the gum, so you don't get the gum oils all over them. Also, these seem to just have a better pull rate on Bo Jackson's, at least from everything I've seen online, and then also from the pulls that I have personally done. These just seem to have better things come out of them, honestly. So a lot more cards in these than some of the other packs. These, it's hard to believe, man, these retailed for $1.29 back in the day. And of course, this is junk wax era football. This is when things were being super mass produced. So crazy that these things are coming back into valuable times. All right, we got Mike Kofer, Randy Wright, Paul Allegre, George Rogers. There's a Phil Simms, way off center Phil Simms. Got some spotting on it. There's a Eugene Marv, Bill Brooks, Freeman McNeil, Joe Morris, Kenneth Davis, Brian Hansen. There's Dennis McKinnon. I don't even know who this is. The kicker, Dean Biasucci. Yeah, they used to put kickers in pretty regularly. Philip Epps, Mosi Tatupu, Tony Collins, Jim Covert, Earl Farrell, Dwayne Woodruff, Mike Munchak. Pretty sweet. And there we go. There's the illustrious Kevin Green. It's pretty sweet. That is a really nice looking card. Set these down. A little off-centered at the top, but it's really nicely centered side to side, which is the hardest to come by. Just a little bit off-centered on the top to bottom, but it's very nice. You can tell in the back, though, the centering's a little off side to side here. The front, the side to side is much better, but back's a little off. But we'll see that up. That's a personal favorite of mine. If you don't know who Kevin Green is, go look at some game film from back in the day. Hey, last pack, welcome in. Yeah, check out Kevin Green game film, man. That guy was a beast on the field. He apparently liked to talk a lot of friendly trash, but pretty sweet. It's a nice pull, personally, for me. I like having that. We got DJ Dozier with the top super rookie. There's Leonard Smith, Mike Pitts, Pat Swilling. I'm a big Saints fan. I like Pat Swilling. It's nice. Robert Awalt, rookie. Erwin Randall. There is the Bryant Sees Daylight for the Redskins. Bill Moss, Scott Fulage, Vi Sikahema, Michael Downs. There is Eric Dickerson in a Colts uniform. You can find him in a Colts uniform in this set. Him finding an opening. It's a cool card. Here's a checklist. Give you number 265 through 328. Big sets back in the day. Big sets, like 500 card sets. Dennis Gibson, rookie. Drew Hill, Gary Clark, Charles White. 1,000-yard club, Eric Dickerson. That's sweet. Hello, Mr. Cooper. Welcome in. Welcome in. Here's Eric Dickerson, 1,000-yard club. How about that? Centering's a little off on the back. I'd like to have that graded and put in my PSA slab collection just because I dig these old 1,000-yard clubs just for nostalgia. This one's not getting graded. It's not good enough. But nostalgia for me is a big thing in my personal collection, so I enjoy that aspect of it. Let's see what we got going here. Pack number 2. See if we can't get that Bo Jackson. Man, what would it be if we could pull 2 Bo Jacksons? That'd be nice. That would be nice. Blake will probably be sad that he doesn't get to be on video with me when I pull my second and or third Bo Jacksons. Donnell Thompson, Mike Wilson, Keith Byers, James Griffin, Scott Campbell, Richard Dent, Harry Newsome, Reggie Roby, Joe Cribbs, haven't seen that name in a while, Mark Murphy, Pete Manley, Henry Ellard, Jerome Brown, top super rookie. There's Al Smith, Keith Bostick, Jim Everett. How about Jim Everett? Tony Dorsett. There's a good one. Big Tony D. Blake would be proud. He likes the Cowboys. Way off center on the back. It's just a common problem with these cards being so off center. Front looks okay, but you get to the back and it's just way off center. Hard to find them where they line up nicely. But Tony D, good name. Gerald McNeil, Hanford Dixon, J.T. Smith, Tony Eason, Doug Cosby, Ronnie Lott. Another big name for you. Ricky Jackson. I like that name as a Saints fan. Old Ricky Jackson. Jacob Green. There's Eric Dickerson, Topps All-Pro in a Colts uniform. Has some printing issues up here, so that's unfortunate. We're going to get back-to-back Eric Dickersons because we get the rushing leaders right behind it, which is Charles White, Eric Dickerson, and then we also have the Eric Dickerson All-Pro. Pretty neat. Those are personal collection things. There's Jim Everett going downfield. There's Giants. That is Bavaro drives ahead. Here's another checklist. That's 1 through 64, one of the 5 checklists in this set. Clay Matthews, Dave Butts, Herschel Walker. Got a nice print line down the middle of it, which is rare in these. You find a lot of printing defects, but I don't see a lot of print lines. Herschel Walker for the Cowboys. How about that trade? I know we talk about that every now and again. Bernie Kosar. Kosar letting it go. Craig galloping for the 49ers. Chris Bayer. Brian Noble. Jeff Smith. O'Brien reads the defense for the Jets. And then a Mark Bavaro tight end 1,000-yard club for the Giants. Last pack, you're asking about, are these complete sets for wax that I am ripping? Are you asking if I'm ripping these to complete sets of 88 tops, or are you asking if these are sets that I'm opening up? Specifically, we're looking for Bo Jackson rookie cards out of these. These are just the hanger packs. What would the equivalent to a current day cello pack for football. Kevin Butler, Joey Browner, Dwayne Bickett, Kenny Jackson, Walter Stanley, Chuck Long, Mike Harden, Floyd Dixon, Bruce Smith, Topps All-Pro. It's a sweet card. It's a good picture of old Brucey. Bruce Smith was a beast, man. It's nice, fairly well centered on the back. Has a little bit of a print defect down here in the corner. No, last pack. Sorry, you might have jumped in after I did the intro to the video here. These are cello packs. So these are the equivalent of what a cello pack if you bought it at retail. Not complete sets. This is just like a jumbo fat pack that you would find hanging on a little peg hanger at the gas station or at a store. JoJo Townsell, Lionel Manuel, Bill Frolic, Eddie Brown, Jeff Bryant, Kent Hill. There's Brian Bosworth, rookie. It's kind of cool. Nice centering. Not worth anything, but it's interesting. Bill Bates, Keith Bishop, Lee Williams, Raymond Butler, Seahawks, Darryl Green, Topps All-Pro, Blair Bush, Neil Lomax, Ryan Wershing, Leo Lewis, Kurt Warner, not the Kurt Warner you know today. There is Dan Marino, play action pass for the Dolphins. It's cool. And then there's Jerry Rice, record breaker. This is sweet. I'm actually submitting one of these for grading today. This one is not good shape. This one is way off-centered. And it has this giant splotch right up here. Most touchdown reception season. So one of these for me is going off to get graded. This one is not. It's in really bad shape because of the centering, but it is going to be a PC for me either way. Never know with those cards. Jay Hildenberg, Michael Walter, Bo Jackson, baby. There we go. Boom. How about that? The back looks real good. Centering on the back is nearly perfect. It's a little off. You can see the lines, but and the front is pretty good. Wow. So a PSA 10 of this, I haven't looked in the last few days, but at least a few weeks ago, a PSA 10 of this was going for about $1,500. So, pretty excited about that. This is not going to pull a 10. This is probably a 9 because of that off-center back. But I'm all about that. Very nice. Bo Jackson, number 1. Let's hope there's some more Bo Jacksons in here. Art Monk, Joe Nash, Howie Long, sweet name, Joe Jacoby, Calvin McGee, Stacy Toran, Jim Jeffcoat, Barry Krause, and Gary Clark, 1,000-yard for Washington. Very cool. Very, very cool. All right, Bo Jackson, number 1 in the books. We got a Bo Jackson, we got a Jerry Rice, we got a Kevin Green. Jerry, not so good. Kevin Green, not the greatest because it's a little off, but that Bo Jackson is pretty nice. Thank you, last pack. I'm pretty excited about it. Just in time to get sent off to PSA. Andre Waters, Stump Mitchell, Rick Bryan, Sammy Winder, Ron Soltz, Bobby Herbert, Tim Harris, Mark Bavaro, Anthony Munoz, Paul Lankford, Mark Wilson, Stan Talley, Reggie White, Topps All-Pro. There are some of these that I would consider getting slabbed, not because they're worth anything, but because I just actually appreciate the nostalgia, and it's one of the better images. Even though these, this isn't a Reggie White rookie by any means, having a good image that I just really like in my personal collection actually kind of matters to me. Like, I want rookie cards of some of these guys for sure, but I just like some of the imagery, and having that in my PC is just a nice little like tip of the cap to my PC collection. Ruben Mays, Bernie Kosar, there's Bernie, Johnny Hector, Lionel James, Daryl Clack, Steve McMichael, Gary Zimmerman, Daryl Talley again, Freddie Joe Nunn, Gjarn Burris, Dale Hatcher, Ray Donaldson, Shane Conlon, and what an image that one is, huh? Man. Here's the Super Bowl, Redskins Broncos. Washington getting a Super Bowl win there over Denver. Michael Downs for the Cowboys. There's Dickerson opening there. Frank Garcia, that's a punter. Yeah, they put punters in these. Dana McLemore, Keith Gary. There is a Jackson all alone. It's pretty sweet. Centering's pretty good on this. Centering's actually really nice on this. Has one of those weird, like, because this is almost like it's recycled paper, but this is a really nice Jackson all alone for the Raiders insert. These aren't really worth much. These are nothing near the Bo Jackson rookie itself, but it is his rookie card year. It's the only other version. There's only 2 of Jackson in the set. His actual rookie card that you see there, and then, of course, this Jackson all alone. So, pretty cool. So, we have the Galt powering forward for the Bears. Charles White, All-Pro. Joe Montana, record breaker. I like that. Off-centered, just like Jerry, unfortunately. But, sweet. Most consecutive pass completions. Way off-centered. So, that one's not going to make it to PSA today, but sweet, sweet, sweet. And then I got a Walter Payton record breaker. Another personal favorite of mine. There's several record breakers in here. I like that. Most rushing touchdowns for a career. This one is actually really nice. It's a little off-centered on the front, but it is really nice. Believe it or not, some of the Joe Montanas, Jerry Rices, and stuff out of this set, if they grade PSA 10s, go for anywhere from $75 to $100. So there's some value across the board. Venice Glenn, Warner plowing through, and a Chris Burkett 1,000-yard rushing club, or receiving club, sorry. And these 1,000-yard clubs are glossy. The other cards are matte, although it's hard to tell in here, but they're a matte finish. 1,000-yard clubs, glossy. If you wanted to know the difference, that was like the big insert when it was glossy back then. Last pack, the Bo Jacksons. Last time I checked, a 10 went for around $1,500. Cards have fluctuated. That was during football season, so there's a chance that could be way less right now. But the Bo Jackson PSA 10s, I believe, are still pretty far up there. Definitely more than I paid for this pack of cards. In fact, definitely more than all of the packs of cards that you see sitting in front of you. So if we pull another one, it's going to be pure gravy. Raul, George Rogers, Ed Murray, William Perry. There's the fridge for you. Refrigerator Perry. It's a nice card. Wouldn't mind having a rookie of Refrigerator. Carlos Carlson, Jack Trudeau, Joe Morris, Kenneth Davis, Mike Gann, Ricky Natil, I think that's how you say his name, Mickey Schuler, Chuck Nelson, Dwight Stevenson All-Pro, John Raid, Tony Zendejas, Warren Moon. That's sweet. It's a nice looking Warren Moon. It's actually really nice. It's not worth anything, but I'm going to sleeve it up. Sleeve it up and top load it, because that is a very well centered, very clean Warren Moon. So we'll put it away. Maybe I'll make a base set of this and keep the nice ones. Anthony Carter, Neil Anderson, Pete Metzelaars, I think is how you say his name. There's Steve Largent. How about that? Steve Largent. Been playing for a while at that point. Jim Collins, Chris Dolman, Michael Carter, Philip Epps, Mosi Tatupu, Tony Collins again, Fryer 1-for-1 with the Patriots. There's another checklist. This is a checklist we don't have. There's John Bosa. I believe his kids have become quite stars in the NFL. Jim Ryan, Ernest Biner, big name, I like Biner. Irvin Randall, here is Bryant for Washington, Bill Moss, Scott Fulhage, Vi Sikahema, Michael Downs. There's another Dickerson finding an opening, a wonderful checklist, Dennis Gibson rookie, and a Henry Ellard wide receiver 1,000-yard glossy. All right, just 3 more packs to go. Moving right along, we're going to find another Bo Jackson. I feel it. I feel it in my bones that there's going to be another Bo Jackson here. I'm excited. Let's see what we can do. We pulled one Bo Jackson in each of these openings. Let's see if we can do 2 today. So that means I'll have to do another one and see if I can do 3 next time, huh? James Jones, Matt Millen. How about Matt Millen as a GM? You like him or hate him? A lot of people didn't like him. Andre Rodgers, Stump Mitchell, Rick Bryan, Sammy Winder, Ron Solt, Bobby Herbert, Dean Biasucci, Chuck Nelson, Dwight Stevenson, Rick Carlos, James Lofton, Gary Anderson, Ed Too Tall Jones. Every time I see an Ed Too Tall Jones card, I think of that quote from the movie We Were Soldiers, where he walks up, Mel Gibson walks up, and he says, "What's your name, soldier?" And he says, "Too tall, sir, 'cause I'm too tall." And then he stands up and he looks at him and he's so much taller. Anyway, I don't know, a little cheesy, but Ed Too Tall Jones, that's cool. Back when they put actual like nicknames on there. Ed Too Tall Jones. Ozzie Newsome. How about Ozzie Newsome? Pretty good GM. Ernest Jackson, Nolan Cromwell, Kellen Winslow, Leroy Irvin, Major Everett, Charles Haley. Doesn't get enough credit. Guy has a whole lot of Super Bowl rings. Norm Johnson, Neil Gugamos, Steven Starring, Webster Slaughter, Kramer getting his man for the Vikings, Pat Leahy, Barry Wilburn. There we go. Scoring leaders, Jerry Rice, Jim Breach. This is actually worth a couple bucks. So that's kind of nice. Centering looks pretty good on it. Centering's actually really good on the back. Pretty sweet. I dig that. Cunningham for the Eagles. Kenny ground attack for the Chiefs. There's Vinny Testaverde rookie. There's another rookie out of this set. Fortunately, it's got some of that kind of scuffing up here, and it doesn't come off the card, but cool Vinny Testaverde rookie. Neat to have. Another PC ad there. Roger Ruzick, Dan Hampton. There's Joe Montana, Bernie Kosar, passing leaders. Also, a couple bucks. This one is in really good shape. It is really, really good shape. I like that a lot. That one probably going to go to PSA and be a personal collection edition. Just because I like that card. I dig the old, like, record-breaking cards and stuff like that. And Joe Montana, I'm a pretty big Joe Montana fan. Joe Montana, John Elway. Two big ones I like. There's Moon over the top. Herbert hands off for the Saints. Gerald Carter, Dave Pizzoli, and J.T. Smith, 1,000-yard rushing or receiving club. So many 88 Topps cards. So appreciative to not have to open the wax packs on these, man. The wax packs on these are just rough because the wax leaks over time and gets on the cards, so you're guaranteed to have a couple of damaged cards. They have gum in them. The gum damages the back card as well. So I like these. These are my preferred buys when you're searching for treasure because there's just less damaged cards that come out of them. Just a better experience, in my opinion. Because you'd hate to open a box. Now, a box probably comes with 2 Bo Jacksons in it, but, you know, the oil seeps into some of those cards. There's just less good quality cards that come out of the actual wax boxes. You get a Bo Jackson with gum across the back of it, and you're going to be cussing up and down. So just not worth it for me. These are the better way to go. And you can buy full boxes of these hanger packs. So Don Griffin, Darren Nelson, Tony Casillas, Mike Kofer, Randy Wright, Paul Allegre, George Rogers, Phil Simms. There's another Phil. Way off center again. Man, Phil just looks like he's hating on somebody right there. Is that not one of the, like, direct, most straightforward mean mugs you've ever seen? Like, Phil is just straight up like, I hate you. Like, that is what that look says. Man, no wonder a lot of people say they don't like him. Eugene Marv, Bill Brooks, Freeman McNeil, Joe Morris, Kenneth Davis, Terry Kennard, George Adams, Wade Wilson, not Deadpool, Dave Craig, Gary Anderson, Ed Too Tall Jones. There's another Ed Too Tall Jones. That's a nicely centered one this time. Well centered, a little off on the back though. It's like catty cornered. I don't know if you can see that. It's hard to see, but it's not actually straight on the card. See, it's thicker here than it is there. Common problem down here on 88 Topps World. There's Ozzie Newsome again, Ernest Jackson, Nolan Cromwell, Kellen Winslow, Leroy Irvin, Major Everett. There's another Charles Haley. That's a sweet Charles Haley. That one actually is really nice condition. A little bit off on the back, but really nice condition, Charles Haley. There's another passing leaders. This one is not as good as the last one. It has a little bit of a ding right up here at the top, and it's a little off-center in comparison. Not much, though. Previous one. New one. Off-center on the back, though. It's pretty sweet, though. Anything with old Joe Montana seems to be valuable. Joe Montana, Jerry Rice. Pretty valuable across the board. There's Over the Top from Moon, another Herbert Hands Off, Gerald Carter, Pizzoli. There's another Eric Dickerson with Charles White rushing. It's actually really good condition. Off-centered on the back, though. Everett racing downfield. Bavaro drives ahead. Another checklist. Clay Matthews, Dave Butts, Herschel Walker. We have Kozar letting it go and 1,000-yard Chris Burkett receiving. That Herschel Walker is actually reasonably nice. I guess his rookie year, Herschel Walker's rookie year is 86, right? Doesn't say on here, so I'm guessing 86, if I remember correctly, is Walker's year. Last pack, do you know? Herschel Walker rookie is 86, right? I know he played in USFL or whatever before that. Here we go, everybody. Last pack. Hoping for another Bo Jackson. Would take a Mint Jerry or Mint Joe. Andre Waters, Stump Mitchell, Rick Bryan, Sammy Winder, Ron Solt, Bobby Herbert, Tim Harris, Mark Bavaro. These look very familiar. Anthony Munoz, Paul Langford, Mark Wilson, Stan Talley, the punter. There's another Reggie White. That one's actually pretty good condition. Little off-centered. Just a little off-centered. This is not one worth a lot of money or anything like that. So when I'm looking at this, I'm just looking at it like, hey, is this worth spending the $12 to get graded from PSA for my personal collection just to be able to look at it and go, hey, that's a cool card. Jeff Donaldson, Oilers. There's Joe. I got the Joe. Let's take a look. Last time I checked, this Joe, if it grades at a PSA 10, goes for somewhere between $75 and $100. 87. So his rookie year was probably 86, and then he was produced in 87, I'm guessing. Because all of these are a year off. Like if you notice all these stat lines and stuff on here, they're all 87. Like here, you can see the stat line is 87, but this is technically 88 tops, or officially 88 tops. So I'm guessing they did the same thing back then. This Joe's okay. It's got this kind of weird spotting on it. I don't know. This is a really nice one, though. It's a really nice one. That one may have to go to PSA and just see what they say. See if the experts give it an 8 or if they give it a 9. Probably comes back as a 9, I think. But maybe as low as an 8 because of this kind of back, these dots, these print dots they have back here. We'll see. We shall see. All right, let's see. Rounding out, we got about half the pack left. Let's see if we get a Bo Jackson, Jesse Solomon, Lorenzo Hampton, Jerry Gray, Ron Heller, Doug Smith, Irving Fryer, Terry Kennard, George Adams, Wade Wilson, not Deadpool, Dave Craig, Gary Anderson, Mike Horan, man, whatever that is on the front of that card. That one's a major printing defect on there. It's like almost like a hole, but you can't feel it. Scott Studwell, Dave Waymer, Frankie Neal, Doug Williams, Bob Golick, Seth Joyner, Lee Russon, Henry Thomas, Chris Washington, Timmy Smith, rookie, Dino Hackett, Clyde Simmons, Sean Landetta, and a 1,000-yard receiving club for Al Toon and those Jets, Jets. All right, so that rounds out the last pack. That was 8 of the cello packs for 88 Topps football. Let's take a look at some of the stuff we got, okay? So we did get a couple of Joes here. Let's go through. We've got a lot of stuff here. Some I sleeved, some I didn't. Set that over here. So we got a couple of Joe Montanas. Got a record breaker. Got the base. The base is actually pretty good condition. Here's the record breaker Joe. Very off center, as you can see. We got the record breaker Jerry Rice, also way off center, as you can see, but still very cool. We got a Bosworth and a Bruce Smith. There's an Eric Dickerson in a Colts uniform. Here's a Charles White, Eric Dickerson rushing leader. Tony Dorsett. I think that's the only Dorsett we pulled. There's another Eric Dickerson, the glossy 1,000-yard club. I like that. In a Colts uniform, just the glossy. Kevin Green, rookie. Not rookie. 84 is his rookie, maybe. But Kevin Green, one of the only cards I think he's got, though. He doesn't have very many cards. So, this is a cool one. There is Bo Jackson all alone for the Raiders. It's cool, and only the second card in the set that has Bo Jackson on it for his rookie year here. So that's pretty sweet. We got Warren Moon. That's the only Warren Moon we pulled out of the whole thing, and that's a really nice condition one. So, again, not really worth a whole lot, but for my PC, it's pretty good. Who else did we get here? We got a Reggie White. We got another one of the rushing leaders for Eric Dickerson and Charles White. We got the Joe Montana, Bernie Kosar. This one was pretty off on the back. And then we got the Walter Payton record breaker that's a little off-centered. But it is kind of nice. It's probably going to go to PSA and go in my personal collection. I like anything Walter Payton. That's sweetness, yo. So the 87 record breaker is a cool card to have. So pretty stoked about that. And then we got a couple of other cards. Not anything else really to speak of. I'll set the Walter Payton up here just so it looks good. We also got a couple of Charles Haley's, some Edgetall Jones. We got the Vinny Testaverde rookie. Pretty sweet. It's just off center on the back. We got another Jerry Rice, Jim Breach. That's the 87 scoring leaders. Pretty sweet. Charles Haley, Ed Too Tall Jones, another Dickerson, and we got our William Refrigerator Perry as well. So some big names in this set. That's why I like 88 Topps. There are definitely some names to look for. Again, it's really hard to get the good condition stuff, and of course the treasure that you really want. You want the Bo Jackson. This one is really nice. It's mostly centered. Little bit off center on the front. Very, very little. It is mostly off center top to bottom, if at all. There, the back is pretty nice. You can see a little bit of it down here, but this will probably pull a 9. I would be very shocked if this didn't pull a 9. So pretty excited about that. Very nice. It's not the 10 we're looking for, but 10s are real hard to come by. So thanks, last pack. I appreciate that. All right, everybody. This has been an episode of Erin's Treasure Hunting for Area 51. Thank you so much for joining us for this video. I'm actually coming right back in just a few moments to do some treasure hunting. Again, I have another video coming for you, which I am going to do 1990 score update sets. So I'll be opening those up, looking for Emmitt Smith rookie cards to get ready for this big PSA submission. So again, if you like this video, please do hit that little subscribe button. We really appreciate it. We try to bring you a lot of different content, and of course all the breaks that you see advertised at the bottom of the screen. It means the world to us as we do try to bring you some additional content, more than just breaks. We also have our podcast on Twitch every Thursday and Monday nights, 8:30 Central Standard Time. We do all kinds of giveaways. We talk about the hottest topics in the industry. Blake and I have been in this industry more than 40 years combined. We have a lot of experience from working for manufacturers, working with distribution and sales, and owning my own store for a very long time in this industry. So definitely tune in. At the very least, come try to win some free stuff. We do all kinds of random giveaways, and it's a really good time. All right, everybody, thank you for joining us for this. I'll be back in just a few moments with another video for